Grandma's Kitchen, best foods open 24 hours. Oh, that is so cute. Girlfriends are just therapists you can drink with. The story of my life. It's so hard for me to explain to people how much I hate the phone. I hate talking on the phone. I feel terrible. I feel like I lose friends because I just don't talk on the phone. It's 2018 and technology makes me nervous. The only thing that doesn't make me nervous is flowers and trees and the sky and nature. That I understand. There are times in your life where you're just kind of down, you know, and talking to people makes you feel better. And then there's other times in your life where you're down and you just don't want to talk. I'm so happy to see you today. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi. I hope you had a wonderful week, and I had a good week. I had an interesting week, pretty thoughtful week, so I hope I get to chat a little bit later in the video about some stuff. But anyway, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun today and talk about if I lost all my makeup, what would I buy? Where would I go to replace it, and what would I buy? And I can only have 10 things. And this tag is going around YouTube like crazy, and it's so fun, and you know I had to do it. Alright, so here's the premise. I've lost all my makeup. I've got some brushes and beauty blenders, but I'm going to hop in my car, hope and pray that it starts, and I'm going to head towards Walgreens and Ulta. But before I do that, I'm going to quick stop off at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to pick up this Sassy BB cream, and this is in any shade. I don't care. It's not really a BB cream. I use it twofold. I use it as a very soft, subtle primer underneath my makeup, but I also use it, more importantly, as a very hydrating concealer underneath my eyes. So honestly, if you don't have a fancy primer and if you don't have a concealer, the foundation you really are going to want to use is the Lancome Tint Idolé, I believe it is. I reviewed this makeup last October and it looked so beautiful on camera. I will link that video below. But I remember when I first used this makeup, it just blends. It just blurs your lines and your pores, and it's absolutely stunning. And so this is the #1 makeup that I would use if I couldn't have a primer and I couldn't have a concealer. This does it all. But if you can't afford this, or if, you know, this isn't at Walgreens, so what would I get at Walgreens not being able to get the Tint Idolé? I would get the L'Oreal Total Cover, because I am going to get so many of the same things with this foundation that I can get with the Lancome. Not quite the blurring effect of the pores and the lines and the wrinkles and whatever's on my face, but still, it's beautiful. It won't let me down. It's full coverage. You can build it up to full coverage, and it is not going to need a whole lot of help. Now, of course, in my bathroom, I'm going to have some oil, rosehip oil or almond oil. Avocado oil is my favorite to mix with makeup. I'm just going to take just a little bit of the oil and put it in my beauty blender and then blend out my makeup. The L'Oreal has such a beautiful tone about it that I absolutely love it, and you can't go wrong with it. I mean, you can't put too much if you're going to use it as a concealer. So by far, these two foundations would be my absolute go-to favorites, and I know that they are absolutely gonna look beautiful. Oh, this is my favorite eyeshadow primer. It's always worked. It's never let me down. Okay, so I have my foundation on, and I've brightened up around underneath my eyes with my little Sassy cream, and now I'm going to set it. I'm going to buy some banana powder, and I'm going to need to get to Ulta to buy this. If I can't get to Ulta, then I'll probably pick up the CYO pressed powder at Walgreens. But let's just say I've made it over to Ulta and I get my Makeup Revolution banana powder. I'm going to take a wet beauty blender, a damp beauty blender, not soaking wet, and I'm going to tap off all the extra, and then I am just going to set my T-zone. You know, Mario, who is Kim Kardashian's makeup artist, I remember he was saying that how much he loved banana powder, but he warned, if you think you're going to set your whole face with banana powder, you're going to be really disappointed. And I have found that perhaps maybe that was the case when I used a brush, but if I use banana powder with a damp beauty blender, I just love it, and I can get away with murder. I can just kind of set my whole face with it, but I don't. The next thing I'm going to buy is a blush, a contour, and a nice highlight, and I can get that in one palette. This feels like a commercial, but honestly, CYO, I have been talking about this for forever, but CYO has a palette here that has a cream blush, a cream contour, and a cream highlight, and I am in love with it. And this is what it looks like. I'll try to show you a close-up of it, but I love this whole concept of a cream blush, and I just think the warmth of your fingers kind of warm it up, and it just kind of sinks into your cheeks, and it looks so natural, and it blends with your foundation, and I think it looks so nice. When you have a cream blush, you know, you're not taking a brush and just, you know, moving your foundation all over your face. You know, you're just tapping in a cream blush with your fingertips, and I love the way it looks and how it doesn't disturb the rest of my makeup. Today I use their contour shade as my eyeshadow. It's just kind of a one shade eyeshadow look with just a little bit of highlight in the middle of my lid. But you know, in the morning I got a lot of stuff on my mind, you know, and just to have everything in one palette, you know, that's everything to me. Kind of quirky this way, but I really like to get my lips on after I do my blush and a little bit of contour. So my very favorite lipstick, my Ride or Die lipstick, is the CYO, and the shade is Rekindling, and I absolutely love this shade. I think it would be, it goes with everything. I just love it. But I'm gonna have to have a plumping lip gloss. I don't know why. Hard Candy would do, or CYO would do, but just some kind of gloss. I'm gonna have to have a gloss. I'm old. My lips are dry. My mouth is dry. I have to have a gloss. The next three things are probably the most important three things that I'm gonna buy, and that is a brow pencil, an eyeliner, and a mascara. And I think, you know, if you don't do up your eyes, I think you just sort of disappear. At least I do. I just disappear. And I would have to drive to Ulta to pick up the It Cosmetics brow pencil. I love this brow pencil. I love it that one color fits all, and the intensity that you're going to get depends on how hard you push. How much pressure are you using when you're doing your brows. And so I love that because, you know, my hair color kind of slides around. So I don't like to be locked into one brow color. So this is absolutely perfect for me. So yeah, the It Cosmetics Brow Pencil, I think it's the best. And for eyeliner, for me, it's the Maybelline Define-A-Line. I think it's a cross between, you know, a liquid liner and a gel liner. I think it's absolutely perfect. I purposely leave the top off of it so it will be a drier formula for me, because I have a problem with transferring because I have very oily lids. So I leave the top off, and that gives it, the air will dry it out a little bit, and I like that. And then I will just go ahead and tight line the top of my lid and try to use as little real estate as possible. I love this liner. I love it. At the end it has a little smudger. I've never met a mascara, you know, that I have fallen in love with, but I do love length and I hate clumps. So I always buy the Essence mascara, the fake lash. It has a nice skinny wand. I powder. I make sure there's powder on my lashes before I use my mascara, and then I just slowly go up. And for me, that works because it gives me some length but no clumps. So I like that a lot. So those are the things that I would buy. Better Skin Concealer, I think that's one of my very favorite concealers. It's very bright and very light. It doesn't crease. When I first started out, this was the only palette I could use. It was like mistake proof. I miss it. I haven't used that palette in probably over a year. I did want to clear something up real quick, that when I was talking about my favorite lip shade for summer, and I kind of pulled out the CYO Rekindling, and I showed you putting it on my lips, and I goofed that up because the lipstick that I was wearing is a red lipstick by Milani. It's called Matte Drama, or it's a Matte Drama lipstick, or whatever. Anyway, my go-to summer shade, Rekindling, isn't a red lipstick. It's a nice pink berry lipstick. It's so pretty and it goes with everything. But I'm kind of like putting this on, and I have like red lips, and it goes with everything. And of course, red lips goes with nothing. All right, two things: navy and black. Wait, I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway, yeah, stuff like this keeps me up at night. You know, it's like people will think she's lying about her lipstick. But anyway, yeah, Rekindling is a really pretty pinky berry shade, and I get compliments on it all the time in person. And when I wear it on camera, you always compliment me too on it. So I don't know. I want to make sure that I cleared that up. And the other thing also that you asked me about is these big honkin' beauty blenders. And these are the Sonia Kashuk beauty blenders, and once you start using these, you never can go back to the little ones. I don't know why, but I know I can't, because if you have a big fat face like I do, this covers a lot of territory in a short period of time. Lately, I have been getting asked a lot about plastic surgery. I've been asked about Botox and lip fillers and fillers for my cheeks and procedures for the back of my hands. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like I need to kind of talk about this for a second. It's never been my intention to age in an unnatural way, and that's how I feel. That's just my opinion, but I want to see what the world has in store for me. I want to see what nature has in store for me. I want to be able to look in the mirror and recognize who I am. I don't have any age spots on my hands, but I have very bony, veiny, old-looking hands. So what? You know? I thought to myself, there's a lot of things that can go wrong with filler in your hands. So what if I had filler put in my hands and I could never play piano again? Something that I've loved to do since I was 9 years old. Well, what if there was what if something went wrong with the hand filler and I couldn't feel anything? So when my grandson reached out to hold my hand, I couldn't feel his little hand in mine. Why would I ever take that chance? Why would anybody? I'm just speaking for me, really. But, you know, when I think about right now my May favorites, I think about everything that I am feeling transitioning from a middle-aged woman into a woman marching towards 70. The things that I'm thinking of are my May favorites are like self-reflection and understanding and forgiveness and all kinds of things that I'm feeling, self-esteem and knowing who I am. I find hooded lids really attractive. I remember when I first saw Taylor Swift years ago as a young girl and she had those super hooded lids and I thought, those look great. You know, I think, you know, character lines around a woman's eyes are so sexy and I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like we're told that these things are not attractive and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it at all. And I don't want to have anything done. I want to be a reflection. I mean, we don't get to see women our age reflected back to us. So, you know, yeah, so this is it, you know. This is what I feel comfortable with, and the things that I think about so much is emotionally, how am I feeling about the transition of being a young woman into an older woman. And in our community there, I love all the gals and we're talking about skincare and we're talking about makeup, and I think there's a tiny little void of us talking about our feelings and what we're experiencing week after week, perhaps feeling invisible or feeling empowered. You know, that, I mean, there's a few gals doing it and they do it really, really well. But yeah, I guess that's my wish, to see a little bit more of that. And I understand that so many people, they don't turn into YouTube videos to think deep thoughts. They want to be entertained. They want it as an escape. And I get that. And I love that too. Just once in a while, I want to talk about my May or my June or my July favorites and have the number one thing on that list: confidence.
You know, when I go shopping and how I feel when I see pretty things, and I remember when I really wanted something, I had that passion for it. It doesn't seem like I want things like I used to. It's like I want something, but it's just not in a store.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. I loved every second of it. So he's thrilled. He really is. He's thrilled. But thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful brand new week, and when you're done with your week, come back and see us, okay?